Hi, Lisa. How are you doing, Lisa? Good morning, Mandy.
Hi, Jason. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm up on campus and I came here early, and then it might have been a mistake because I've been sitting here absolutely by myself, just sort of waiting. And watching Dawn do it. Dawn does such a good job, and I'm like, watching this isn't going to help me.
No, it's not going to help you. And I mean, that's what she does. Nobody can compare to her.
Well, and she's a communications PhD.
Exactly.
So I've been lecturing for a long time, but the other thing is she knows everything off the top of her head.
Yeah.
Doing the role for so long. So I don't know, as Lisa may be having technical difficulty. She's been popping in and out. Lisa, can you hear us? Because that's important that she.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I hope that's okay. Lisa needs to be able to share her screen and all that, right?
Or a camera isn't working. Shoot.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, okay. If your camera isn't connecting, you can still share your screen? Okay.
Well, I've been in the work integrated learning booth.
Yeah.
Since 10, and there's been a couple of students pop in, but nobody's chatted with us.
Really? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. The students the people that are attending can't hear us right now, right?
I don't know.
No. Lisa's just okay, good. I mean, compared to normal open houses where there's thousands of people milling about, and I mean, the virtual event is, it's a imperfect substitution, I think, is the we.
Here's Lisa.
Sorry, my microphone's working, but for some reason it doesn't want to detect my camera.
That's too bad. I'm looking
But-
forward to seeing you and saying hi.
I know. Yeah, like my Zoom crashed this morning, so I'm just hoping,
Oh, shoot. Of course it did.
What a day.
Yeah. But yeah, Mandy, I was visiting the other booth, and yeah, it didn't seem like there were that
Do
many
you know what? I think
interactions.
it's early on a Saturday morning, like it might pick up later today.
Yeah, we'll see. It's also a nice day out.
I'll try to unplug this.
Yeah, I stopped by the English booth to see how they were doing, and that was about 20 after 10, and 20 after 10, and they had maybe 7 visitors, 5, but no one had chatted or asked a question. So
I bet admissions is busy though.
Oh yeah.
probably.
I'm getting a message. I'm getting these messages popping up, and I'm trying to manipulate my screen.
So I can't, if I have 2 monitors here, so if I want to see this monitor, I have to turn my head. I don't want to do that. Is there a way, do you guys know if I can bring that, can I just drag that over to?
You should be able to drag it over, yeah, the Zoom window, which with the presentation.
Yeah, I can't do it. I don't want to have to, I could put this behind my,
You need a producer, Jason.
Are you not able to move it over to the other monitor?
can't drag it over, it doesn't look like.
Try hitting escape, because I know when screen sharing starts, it
Oh, there you
defaults.
go. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It helped. Now it's just blocking me, but I guess that's okay.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can come up,
I think I
like
can,
one screen smaller, and then like see both yourself in the presentation as well.
I'll be looking a little bit off like this. How's that? Looking up and off to the side. Does that look weird? Will we appear in the corner there? No.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop sharing for now because I can't see the window.
Will we know how many students have joined us?
Yeah, so right now I have 10 in the
Okay.
meeting room. I'm just waiting for everyone to gather first.
Oh, Chase Combs is here.
Oh, I'll admit him.
So we just need Hannah Curtis
Yeah, just Hannah.
and Fio. Fio Abdi, right?
Yeah. I don't see them in the reading room, so
No, I don't
I
have.
just
Oh, wait, there's somewhere joined below. Oh, no, that's the 5 of us. Never mind. I'll wake up hopefully by the 1 o'clock session.
I'm on my second pot of coffee.
There's Hannah. Hey, Chase, good morning.
oh,
Good morning.
Hi, Hannah.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I pronounced your last name Curtis? Curtis?
Yes, yeah.
Curtis? Okay.
It's actually Curtis, but I say Curtis because nobody can spell it if I say it correctly. So
And you're just tired
Yeah.
of helping people?
yeah, so I switched it myself.
Should I start admitting them?
Yeah, I'm editing them. Just needed to re-record.
Everyone in? Is everybody here?
Yeah,
Okay,
there's still
great.
people
Well,
coming in.
okay. Well, welcome everybody. We're excited to have you attending this very unusual format of the open house here at the University of Calgary. It's our second year doing this in a virtual format. Normally there are thousands of students on campus, so it's a little unusual, but we're looking forward to welcoming many of you to in-person classes here next year. My name is Jason Weens, and I'm the Associate Dean of Teaching and Learning and Student Engagement in the Faculty of Arts at the University of Calgary. And it's my pleasure to host you in this discovery session about the Faculty of Arts this morning. I just wanted to let everybody present know that the session is being recorded. And so those of you who are going to ask questions later on this morning should know that your question, if you voice it or if your camera is on, will be recorded. Can we turn to the next slide? So I'm present here on campus of the University of Calgary. I know that most of you will be from Calgary or Alberta, but we are hoping that there will also be people visiting us from around the world. I want to acknowledge that the University of Calgary is located on the traditional territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bears Paw, and Wesley First Nations. And the city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. So just going to go over the agenda for this morning's session. I'm going to talk a little bit about the various programs in arts. I think many of you who are attending this session are planning to join the Faculty of Arts at the University of Calgary, and you may already have a program in mind, but we're also going to talk about the variety of courses that will be and programs that will be available for you to take courses in as electives in your years here at the University of Calgary. We're then going to talk a bit about terminology, about the various types of degrees and the components of your degrees here at the University of Calgary, and just basically try and bring you up to date on what might seem like arcane terminology around degree programs. Then we'll talk a bit about the Arts Student Center, where I am currently situated in the Social Sciences Tower on campus at the University of Calgary, and the various services that are offered through the Arts Student Center. We'll talk a bit about enhancing your degree through various programs, such as the Arts and Sciences Honors Academy, study abroad programs, and the co-op program or work integrated learning program. And so we'll also have a special or a session devoted to arts cooperative education. We're lucky to have a couple of students here, student leaders in the Faculty of Arts, who can talk a bit about the student experience. And then after about a half an hour of our session, we'll turn to time for questions from you and also leave you with some contact information. So as I was saying, my name is Jason Weens. I'm the Associate Dean of Teaching and Learning and Student Engagement in the Faculty of Arts, but I'm also joined here by several folks who work and or study on the University of Calgary. Just wanted to introduce you to them. So you can't see Lisa Nguyen, who's coordinating this event and is advancing the slides. But Lisa, do you want to say hi?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Lisa Nguyen. I'm the engagement assistant at the Art Student Center, helping to support major events within the Art Student Center, as well as our engagement programs such as Co-op and the Arts and Science Honors Academy.
Great, thanks, Lisa. And I'm just going to go by next on my screen. I see Amanda Foley from our co-op program. Mandy, would you like to say hi and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Mandy Foley. I'm the Arts Co-op Coordinator with the faculty, and I hope to be working with some of you as you join the campus and start your degree.
Thanks, Mandy. Next, I see Justin Pike, an advisor in the Arts Student Center. Justin, did you want to say hi?
Hi, yeah, I'm Justin Pike. I'm one of the handful of Faculty of Arts program advisors that help out with undergraduate advising for the Faculty of Arts.
Thanks, Justin. And then Hannah Curtis. Hannah with our study abroad program. Hannah, did you want to say hi?
Hi, my name is Hannah Curtis, and I'm a global learning advisor in study abroad. And I'm also very excited to be here because I am a Faculty of Arts alumni. So I'm really glad that you joined this session.
Great, Hannah, do you want to let us know what your program in arts was?
Yeah, I did a major in international relations, and I minored in religious studies.
Great, thank you. Next, I see Fayo Abdi from the Students Union. Fayo, did you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. My name is Fayo Abdi. I am a fourth-year sociology student, but I am also a faculty representative for the Students Union, and I'm happy to be here today.
And finally, from the Faculty of Arts Student Association, we have with us Chase Combs. Chase, did you want to say hi?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Chase Combs. Pronouns are he, him. I am a fourth year political science and communication student, and I am the Vice President of Communications on the Faculty of Arts Students Association. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Chase, and thanks to all of you for joining us this Saturday morning. Can we turn to the next slide, Lisa? So the Faculty of Arts is the largest and most diverse faculty at the University of Calgary. As I was saying earlier, I think most of you that are attending the session may have some program in mind that you are interested in. But I just wanted to let you know about the range of programs we have, because in your first year, you won't be taking courses exclusively or mostly in your area of interest, but you'll have room to take what we call electives, both within the Faculty of Arts and outside the Faculty of Arts. So you can see that the Faculty of Arts covers a range of disciplines ranging from, say, economics to the performing arts like music and dance. We have programs in my own department, English, dear to my heart. We also have related programs in things like communication, media, and film. I don't have time to go over everything you see here in the word cloud that was produced for us, but I would just encourage you to have a look here and just think about, you know, what might you be interested in, even if it's not something you expect to pursue a full program in. You know, this is your first year at the university is an opportunity to sort of dip your toe into a variety of disciplines, and for all you may discover that there is a discipline out there, whether it be philosophy or political science, that you know, you have a great interest in if you take an introductory course in that discipline. I'd also say that even in your final year, you may have a few electives left, and that might be a time for you to think about courses, you know, in, say, a language that you've always wanted to explore, or maybe, you know, something in the fine arts, photography or painting or sculpture or something along those lines. So one of the purposes, I think, of the university is to broaden all of our minds. And so I encourage you to sort of look around broadly at the offerings in the Faculty of Arts over your degree program here. You look at the next slide. So now turning to terminology around your degree, we have Justin Pike here from advising, and Justin's going to start or going to share with you what these terms mean, and maybe I'll chime in after he's done to offer my own thoughts.
Yeah, so we'll just go over some really basic terminology. This isn't all the terminology you'll run across at your time at the University of Calgary, but this will at least get you started. The first one is a major. really all a major is your primary area of study. It makes up a significant portion of your degree. Exactly how much it does can vary actually quite significantly depending on what your major ends up being, but it's just your primary area of study. A minor is kind of a secondary area of focus. It is not required if you have like a major. You don't need to do a minor, but some students opt to do so. It's made up, they're made up of 30 units, which is 10 courses in a specific subject area. The details within, what those 10 courses need to be, again, vary depending on the minor. One thing to note is you can't apply for a minor right away. It is something that you add to your program. It's called a change of program. It's kind of just a yearly cycle that you would do through your student center after you're admitted. It's not something you need to worry about immediately when you are applying to the university, but it is something you can consider once you've been accepted and you're going into your first fall term. You could start to think about what minors you may want to add. A double major is just opting to take two majors within the same type of degree. So for example, they would both have to be Bachelor of Arts degrees. And it's done typically within the usual 120 units or 40 courses, which is the basic requirement for a bachelor's degree. And then at the end, you get one parchment with both majors written on it. So for example, you would, at the end of a hypothetical program, you would get a Bachelor of Arts degree in economics and history. A combined degree is where at least two majors are taken again. But in this case, the type of degree does not necessarily have to match. You could take, for example, a combined degree in Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. It also adds 30 units, which is 10 courses to your overall program requirement for a total of 50 courses. And at the end, you get two parchments instead of one for each program. So again, for example, you could have receive a Bachelor of Arts degree in history, and then a separate parchment that is a Bachelor of Science degree in geography.
Great, Justin, that was really clear. And I would just sort of just reiterate a couple things. So a lot of you that are interested in arts programs may also be, thinking about or pursuing careers in education. And so your that would involve usually a combined degree with an arts discipline such as, say, English or history, along with a degree in education. And just sort of generally speaking, in your standard 4-year Bachelor of Arts degree, you would take 40 half courses over those 4 years. Again, that's a very conventional pathway. And your major courses in your major field would roughly take up a little under or about half of those courses. If you have a minor, those courses would take up about a quarter of the courses, and then the remaining quarter of your courses would be electives from either within the Faculty of Arts or from outside. And I neglected to mention in the previous slide, talking about the various programs in the Faculty of Arts, that each of those programs will have their own dedicated booths that you can attend at the open house event here today. Okay, on to the next slide. And the Arts Student Center. So as I was saying, I'm situated here in the Arts Student Center, which is on the main floor of the Social Sciences Tower. Those of you that have been to the University of Calgary campus may know where the Social Sciences Tower is located. It's the Faculty of Arts in terms of the departments and where we teach are spread out across campus, but mostly our courses and our departments are located in two main parts of campus. One is the Social Sciences Tower, which is also where the Dean's office is located on the 13th floor and where the Arts Student Center is located. And then there's also Craigie Hall on the other side of campus, where most of the language departments and as well as the School of Creative and Performing Arts and the Arts and Art History programs are located. So the Arts Student Center houses a number of programs that support students, including advisors. The co-op program is sort of located here. It's right now, it's just below us in the one floor down below. And it also houses the two associate deans who have the most interface with the students, myself and my colleague Melissa Boyce, who's the associate dean undergrad in the Faculty of Arts. Justin, did you want to talk a little bit more about how advising works? Maybe also, if you're able, talk a little bit how advising will work with a combined in-person and virtual sessions.
Yeah, so right now it's a lot of up in the air about exactly what will be going on. Generally speaking, we'll have bookable appointments in the morning, 9 to 12. And then drop in phone advising. If you just think of a question, you couldn't get a booked appointment or anything like that, you can call within the hours in the afternoons. And you can also email us at artsads@ucalgary.ca. One thing I will mention, since this is open house, is you may have a lot of admissions type questions, like that you're a high school student or the parents of a high school student, and you're wondering about admission requirements and things of that nature, or the process for putting in an application. Those questions are best directed to the University of Calgary admissions office rather than us, just so that you don't have to wait for us to get back to you just to tell you to talk to admissions. Beyond that, really our primary focus tends to be on program advising specifically. So say you get into the history program and you want to know what being in a history program involves, what courses you need, that kind of thing. We're going to be the office that you'll definitely reach out to for that kind of advising.
Okay, thank you, Justin. And again, we'll have a question and answer session at the end of the discovery session today. If students have any further questions about advising or anything else that we've talked about so far. So different ways to enhance your degree. I've mentioned the Arts and Sciences Honors Academy, or ASHA as we call it. That's a degree program which is aimed at high performing and highly motivated students. So if you're applying to the University of Calgary and you have a high average in your high school program, you will be contacted with us to see if you're interested in applying to the Arts and Sciences Honors Academy. What this program is a small cohort-based program, which means that you would, at least for part of the courses you would take here at the University of Calgary, you would be taking alongside the same group of students that were admitted to the Arts and Sciences Honors Academy in the same year you arrived. You would all take your own honors program in whichever discipline you choose to pursue, but along the way in your first 2 years and then in your fourth year, you would take what we call interdisciplinary courses along with your cohort in arts, but also with a cohort in sciences. And these programs are aimed to sort of bridge what is often seen as a kind of divide between the arts and the sciences. And so we have a new course, for example, this year called Ways of Making and Knowing. We had in the Arts and Sciences Honors Academy, once upon a time, we had a requirement that students would go study abroad to enhance their degree, recognizing that it may not be feasible for all students for a number of reasons. We've now replaced that with a broader experiential learning requirement, which students can complete either through a study abroad program or through experiential learning opportunities on campus here at the University of Calgary or in the larger or wider community of Calgary itself. So if you have any further questions about the ASHA program, again, you can raise them at the end of the session today, or you can reach out to us in the Ask office and to me personally, if you like, to find out more about that. And then we have the Arts Co-op Education Program, which I've already mentioned, but Mandy, would you like to speak a little bit more about that?
Sure, Jason, I'm happy to if maybe Lisa wants to advance. I want slides next. Yeah, thanks. So I'll just go over a little bit about what the program is about. So the Arts Co-op is a work integrated learning, or WIL program, it's often referred to, and it's offered to most majors in the Faculty of Arts. And if you check the online academic calendar, you'll see a list of programs that actually offer the co-op option. The goal of co-op is to provide work experience relevant to your studies or your career goals during your degree. Completion of a co-op designation, which is 3 semesters length of co-op placements, will enhance your degree as you graduate with 12 to 16 months of professional experience. Co-op integrates work and learning, so you bring your academic knowledge to the workplace and you return to school with skills that help you be more effective as a student. Co-op work terms are full-time, paid, and can be for 4, 8, or 12, or 16 months in length. And they start and end, and the dates align with semesters. While you're on a work term, you can only take 1 academic course, so participating in the program will extend the length of your degree. Once you're accepted to the program, you're provided with pre-employment training in areas such as resume help, job search, and networking strategies, as well as interview prep. Also, while on a work placement, you will develop professional skills, a strong network, and insights on possible careers that you might like to pursue. During work terms, the co-op team provides support and meets with you and your supervisor to ensure the success of the placement. While you're on a work term, you are also considered a full-time student and have the benefits associated with this full-time status. If you can go to the next slide, Lisa. Thanks. We suggest that students look into the program in their first year of study and apply to the program in their second year. This will allow you to meet the application requirements. To be accepted, you are to be about midway through your degree and have a GPA of 2.5 in your most recent 10 courses. The application deadline is October 15th every year, and we send lots of reminders to all students and host information sessions every September. After you apply and are accepted to the program, you get access to a dedicated co-op job posting board and support with your applications to co-op positions from the co-op team. Work placements are not guaranteed, unfortunately, and students always register in future classes in case they don't secure a work term when they hope to. Work term sequences are flexible, but they can be consecutive or rotate with academic terms. Co-op employers include the federal government, such as Global Affairs, Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, and National Defense. Also, many departments on campus hire co-op students. The energy industry also hires many of our students, and we are seeing an increase in startups and not-for-profit placements. Salaries for co-op students range between minimum wage to $20 plus an hour, depending on the employer. Once you complete 3 work terms, you receive the co-op designation on your degree parchment, and you will graduate with the advantage of recognized work experience, professional skills, industry connections, and will be able to confidently pursue your career goals or future academic studies. Arts Co-op is available to international students and transfer students, and we suggest you meet with the co-op team early in your degree to discuss the program. If you would like to learn more about the co-op program or chat with the co-op team or our student volunteers, you can check out the Work Integrated Learning booth on the 6th floor in this venue. It's in the Enhancing Your Degree open house. Thank you.
Thanks, Mandy. So I would just reiterate that I recognize that that there's often questions about what sort of career pathways an arts degree might allow for students. And so the work integrated learning experience is a great way for students who are in the Faculty of Arts to understand for themselves what they can sort of offer and bring to an employment context. And it also allows for employers in the Calgary area and beyond to see what our art students can offer. So I encourage you to look into this program if and when you join the University of Calgary. We go back, Lisa, to the other the earlier slide. Oh no, sorry. Now we were going to move on to hear from FIO to talk about the student union experience.
Hello. So I'm here to talk about the Students' Union experience, as Jason has mentioned. And so one of the main things that the Students' Union is kind of in charge for is advocating for students. So essentially, the Students' Union has a council that is made up of 24 elected officials that represent and advocate for students. And there are representatives for each faculty. Depending on the size of the faculty, there's more than one. And so these students are undergraduate students that are passionate about the success and just their faculty as a whole. And so this is an opportunity that's available to all students at the University of Calgary. So if you are someone that is interested in a poli-sci degree, this may be something that interests you. Or if you are someone that is just genuinely passionate about the success of the students in your faculty and yourself and just kind of supporting those people in that community, this could be an amazing opportunity for you to get involved. But if you aren't interested in running in the election, there's also other ways that you can get involved with the SU. So one of the many things that the SU offers every year is a lot of volunteer opportunities through their volunteer office. And so you can volunteer for the tax program that they do every year to help out students. And if you're not able to volunteer, that's also a resource for you if you wanted to get your taxes done on campus. campus. And there's an exam bank for students to access, along with a food bank, just to ensure that there's food security for students. There's also scholarships available every year. So those are things that you could tap into as resources to kind of help you and benefit your time at the university. But along with that, there's also committees, events, clubs, and different opportunities for students to get involved with. And so the SU is kind of like the hub for student involvement on campus. And so there's a lot of ways that you can kind of enhance your degree by diversifying what you're spending your time on. And I think the SU is a great way to kind of access that. But yeah, if you need more information, you can check out the SU website at su.ucalgary.ca. And there's just a lot to experience through the SU.
Thanks, Fio. So while the Students' Union is the campus-wide student organization, we also have within the Faculty of Arts, the Faculty of Arts Students Association. So Chase Combs is going to talk a little bit about that organization.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. I was going to say, in a lot of ways, the Faculty of Arts Students Association is kind of like the Students' Union just for art students. Of course, we don't have the same resources as the Students' Union, nor the same capacity to provide services. But yeah, I mean, like we were founded in 2013 by an ex-SU president, I suppose. And similarly, if you're an art student, you're automatically a member of FASA. And yeah, we kind of exist to just like foster a sense of community among art students and advocate for our interests. We hold events like last week, we had like the Arts Welcome meeting, for example, or Arts Welcome night. And we will meet with like administration prior to returning to campus this fall. We met with some arts admin about the university's plans to return to campus safely. Yeah, our executives are elected in spring. We recruit directors and our council over the summer. Our council consists of department reps. For example, we have like someone on our council representing like the Department of Communications and Media Studies. And we also have committees who are open to all art students. And we also work pretty directly with SU arts reps as well. And we have a street team to kind of like go and engage with students on the ground, although COVID has made that more difficult. But yeah, we exist to kind of help students, navigate the institution, access services, and those kinds of things. And if you want to find out more, you can go to fasaucalgary.ca, and there's lots of information on our website. So similarly, I encourage you to get involved where you can.
Thanks, Chase. And then finally, we have Hannah Curtis, who's going to talk about the study abroad program. And you may think study abroad, we can't travel anywhere, but things are opening up, and Hannah's going to speak a little bit about those opportunities.
Yes, I'm very pleased to say we have 7, well, I personally have 7 students abroad right now, and we have several other students abroad right now. Most of them are actually Faculty of Arts students, which is really nice to say. And so I'm joining you here from Study Abroad today, where we really believe strongly that getting out into the world and experiencing different cultures and different places and different people can help you to learn so much and really enhance your degree. So why do we think that? Why is global learning so great? Well, it can really help you to stand out from the crowd. You'll gain really valuable intercultural skills, immerse yourselves in new opportunities, and gain a new perspective about yourself and the world. It also, the programs that we offer through our office help you to gain UCalgary credit, which means you can take unique courses while abroad and still progressing in your degree here. So if there's something you've been dying to take, I have a student who's taking Gaelic language right now in Aberdeen, and we don't offer that here on campus, but you can still integrate it as part of your degree. We also have hundreds of programs to choose from. We have about 200 to 250 partnerships at other universities around the world. We have a great suite of programs called group study programs that are led by UCalgary professors, and they can help you to gain experience in areas where you may need field experience. So things like urban studies or geography, or even history, where it's important that you go out into the field and see what it is that you're learning about. We also have internships and research opportunities, as well as a suite of online global learning programs where you can work within your community to make a difference while staying in Calgary, and also connecting with students from around the world. And so if you are interested in our programs, it's really important to know that when you are on one of our programs, you stay registered as a UCalgary student. You pay your UCalgary tuition for these programs, so you can still qualify for loans and scholarships, and you're not paying, like if you were to sign up for an international university on your own, you would be paying as an international student, whereas you pay as a UCalgary student, which is a really great way to get abroad and save some money. It can also help you to get ahead in your degree. There are lots of places like Australia where their winter is our summer. So if you're taking their winter semester over summer, you can get a full semester of courses out of the way over the summer, and you get to spend some time in Australia. And then finally, with COVID and everything that's going on, we really do want you to know that we take your safety seriously, and we offer sort of a multi-layered support net for you when you're traveling abroad. So whether COVID is a factor or not, we work with risk management, the government of Canada, and a private organization called International SOS to make sure that you are safe in your region. And if your region becomes unsafe, we can evacuate you and bring you home. At the beginning of COVID, we brought about 300 students home safely and securely. If you want more information about global learning, we actually have our discovery session is next. So I'll post the link for that in the chat. And then we're also having sort of because we know today is really busy, we're having another discovery session on October 13th. So I'll post the link for that as well. And you can check out our website at ucalgary.ca/study abroad. And we'll be really happy to chat with you and see you today. So thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. And I would just reiterate that internationalization is also a strategic priority for this university and for the Faculty of Arts. We want our students, if possible, to get international experience over the course of their degree. We want them to, work on other languages. We want them to get out of their comfort zone. We want them to encounter cultural differences as a way of enriching themselves and their degree program. Also, you may think, well, who can afford to take off and travel to Europe, for example? We do have supports in place as well, and then maybe Hannah may be able to answer questions about that during the Q&A session. And just on a personal note, I can say that when I was doing my undergraduate degree way back in the 20th century, I was majoring in English, but I took a classics or a Greek and Roman studies course, which was a study abroad course, which took us to southern France, the Provence region, to go and look at old Roman bridges and aqueducts and roads. And that, looking back upon my undergraduate degree, that was a kind of turning point for me and one of the most memorable experiences. And many of the students in our programs that I talk to that go study abroad say much the same thing. So now we turn to questions, and also there's contact information provided here up on the screen. So as it was already mentioned, if you had questions specifically relating to admissions, the process and the requirements for admission, you would be visiting the admissions booth or attend the admission 101 session. But if you have questions following up on anything that I or any of the others that have presented here this morning, please put your question in the chat, and we'll take the next 15 minutes or so to respond to them. And I guess I will look in the chat. Does anybody have any questions? I'm not teaching right now, so I haven't had a chance to say that for months. Have we been so clear and comprehensive in our presentation this morning that no one attending has any questions? Okay. What Medina asks, how would you go about inquiring for the co-op program? Mandy, would you like to take that one?
Sure. So thanks for the question. So you can email artscoop@ucalgary.ca and your question will be directed to myself or the rest of the co-op team. So that's how you would inquire now, and that emails check daily, so we'll answer it quickly.
Megan asks, is there a contact for psychology? Megan, I would encourage you to visit the dedicated psychology booth today on campus. There will be several people there that can answer any questions you have about that program, which, by the way, is one of the most popular programs in the Faculty of Arts. Fidan, sorry if I mispronounced your name, says the best I can muster is, how are you? I'm doing fine. I don't want to speak on behalf of everybody else here, but it's a lovely day, and it's always a pleasure to talk to students on this day of the open house. I really wish that we'd be able to see you guys in person, but this will have to do. Have I spoken about the economics program? Marcello asks. No, we haven't spoken about, well, maybe in passing, we haven't spoken about specific programs. For the economics program, you would want to visit the dedicated booth to economics, and there will be representatives there that can answer any questions you have about that program. Okay, Wiggly Hand asks, what's the difference between a BA and a BSc in psychology? Okay, again, that would be one you'll want to go to the psychology program for. I wish my colleague Melissa Boyce was here because she's a professor in the psychology department. But there is, of course, a difference that if you take, I think, the majority of your courses in the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, you would, of course, get the BA in psychology. For the BSc in psychology, you would definitely have to take some courses in the Faculty of Science and possibly in the coming School of Medicine as well. But again, don't take my word. I urge you to go to the psychology booth and they can answer that question specifically. Stephanie asked about graduate programs. No, we didn't talk about graduate programs this session here, and open house in general is aimed at potential undergraduate students. But if you are interested in graduate studies in psychology, Stephanie, again, I encourage you to visit the psychology booth, and someone there should be able to offer you some information about that. And then you also asked about co-op opportunities in psychology. Again, I'll turn to Mandy about maybe you can speak more generally, are there opportunities in English? Are there opportunities in psychology, or does it not work that way?
So employers can indicate when they post the positions if they're looking for specific programs of study, but I would say the majority of employers are looking generally for students throughout the program of arts, the Faculty of Arts. There are some dedicated co-op opportunities for psychology students. They are not clinical, so you can't expect to be working in a clinic for that at this point in time. But we do have some positions that really are looking for psych students, and that's certainly an option for co-op is an option for psychology students.
Lots of questions about psychology this morning. Not surprising, as I was saying, it is a popular major in our faculty. Lisa, are you able to speak more generally to help Megan to get connected to the psychology booth?
Yeah, so in the exhibition hall, if you go to Arts and Fine Arts, you'll find the booth there.
Great, thank you. Priya has a very specific question, but I think a useful one, Mandy, can you see this question? Do you know what co-op opportunities are available with a global development studies degree, and would it be possible to be a part of a co-op and study abroad program while taking a combined degree with education? That's
a handful, yeah, right there.
That sounds like a wonderful program you have planned out, Priya. So
you can definitely take co-op and study abroad within your degree, and lots of students do, and sometimes taking part of co-op where you earn money helps you afford a study abroad. And some study abroads actually count as co-op as well, with internships. For specific degrees, you would have to look at the chart in the academic calendar, and you'll see it will be ticked off whether your program offers co-op option. It's typically not with education because education provides specific practicum experience, so it's not really to your advantage to also add co-op work experience as well.
If I can just pipe in too, I actually have a student who is also working as a volunteer in our office. She's very busy, but this summer she completed a program called the Washington Center Internship Program. And then from there, this fall, she's actually a co-op student in the Student Success Center. So she was able to ladder her internship opportunity that she had this summer into a job opportunity with the co-op program. I don't think she's in global development studies. I believe she's in international relations, but I don't see why you couldn't do it with global development studies. The other thing that you could do is complete your bachelor's degree in global development studies and do an after degree in education. And in education, they have a program called Teaching Across Borders, where you would actually go and teach in a classroom in another country. So there are lots of different ways to sort of work an international experience and co-op into a degree or a combined degree or an after degree program as well.
Thanks, Hannah. Piper asked, how can I get more information about the visual studies program? So you would go to the booth for art and art history. And then Ardelict asked, where is the virtual exhibition hall? I can't find it for the life of me. Lisa, do you want to, again, if we were on in person, we could just point, it's over there, but the virtual format doesn't allow for that. Lisa, can you?
Yeah, I just shared the link in the chat. So if they go on to VFairs, it should be like front and center when you log in.
Great. Justin, maybe one for you. Can the Student Center help with picking courses and degree planning if I want to extend my degree to 5 years? Eunice asks.
So yes and no. And what I mean by that is ultimately students do self-enroll and things like that. So advisors can't literally pick and put you in courses or anything of that nature. As far as course planning goes, we can help with that to a certain limit. We can only advise for what we know, which means that usually the way timetabling works at the University of Calgary is that they have a schedule for 1 year ahead of time and nothing beyond that. Which means that no one, probably for the most part, not even the departments who offer the courses, are going to know what they're going to be offering in 3 years, which is why the way advising works and course planning works. In your first year, it's very simple. We have something called the first year degree guide, which just tells you what courses are either recommended or required in your first year. Beyond that, we have another tool. I'm not going to get really into detail with it because it's information you don't need to know about right now, but it's called academic requirements. It'll just help you with understanding where you're at in your program after that. And then when it comes to you learning how to read academic requirements or where you're at in your program, if you're ever unsure at what courses you should be looking at, definitely don't hesitate at all to reach out to the Art Student Center, because that's what we're here for. We help with that.
Thanks, Justin. And I would also, once you're in your program, the Art Student Center and the advising provided there is probably your first stop. But if you have very specific questions about your own program, you'd want to reach out to the undergraduate program director in your program. But you would find out about that information at the orientation next fall. We have a couple minutes left for more questions, if anybody has any. Okay, well, I want to thank you all for attending, and I wish we would have had the chance to see you all in person. I hope you find you're able to navigate the virtual open house successfully for the rest of the day. And should you choose to attend the University of Calgary and join the Faculty of Arts, I look forward to hopefully seeing you and welcoming you in person in the fall of next year. Thanks, everybody. Maybe, Lisa, do you want to put up the contact information one more time? Yeah, if people want to take down those emails, you can do so. Oh, Simran asked, will this recording be available anywhere? Yes, that's a very good question. Lisa, what's going to happen with that recording?
Yeah, I think the open house team will post it on the website. So they'll all be live on the UCalgary website for open house.
Okay, so to go to the University of Calgary website and look for open house, will that be on the sort of, would there be a link for that on the main page of ucalgary.ca?
Yeah.
How long do you think that will be up? I'm sorry if you don't know the answer.
I don't. Sorry. I think once.
Steven said they'd be available for about 6 months. I believe the whole VFairs setup is available for 6 months after.
Okay. Oh, Rebecca Schnell under the waiting room. Sorry, a little bit late. Stephanie Bauer says, I think it is supposed to be on the YouTube page. Can anyone provide any further information about that? A YouTube, University of Calgary devoted YouTube page?
Sorry, I keep typing in here. I think that Enrollment Services has a full YouTube page with their like official videos and then a bunch of recordings and videos made for different events for incoming students. But I don't know what it's called, but you could probably search it on YouTube and find it pretty easily. Yeah, I think Choose You Calgary. That's
Well, it sounds
Stephanie
like
should come work for us.
it sounds like it's also on the actual university website, right, Lisa? Okay. Okay, should we end the session then, Lisa? Or how do we do this? Would we all just drop, we have to just leave the meeting ourselves? Or are we all gonna, are the group of us going to wait on here?
Yeah, I'm just going to stop the recording and then just end the meeting for everyone.